Bruce Wayne stands in the Batcave before a glowing golden archway that should not exist. His city burns above, Gotham overrun by something older than crime, a rot that spreads through dreams and drives people mad. Alfred found the ritual in a book seized from a cult, a doorway to the source world where the infection began. Bruce has 12 hours before Gotham falls completely. He steps through the arch, feeling reality tear around him like wet paper. The golden light swallows him whole. Act Y arrival and the Erdtree's shadow. The sky splits open above Limgrave. A dark shape falls through the wound in the air. Lightning crackles around the torn space. The grasslands shake as the figure hits the ground, hard enough to crack stone. Dust rises in a thick cloud. Batman stands slowly in the crater. His cape is scorched at the edges. His armor sparks with the residual energy. He looks up at a tree so massive it fills half the sky. The Erdtree glows with impossible golden light. Its roots dig into mountains kilometers away. He has seen strange things before. This is different. A scream cuts through the air. Batman runs toward the sound. His boots pound across yellow grass. Ahead, a small farming village burns. Soldiers in bronze armor drag people from their homes. The soldiers' eyes glow with sick yellow light. Their armor is covered in strange symbols that hurt to look at. Just to turn. Batman counts 12 soldiers, 30 villagers, 6 children. He reaches the first soldier in seconds. A batarang strikes the man's helmet. The soldier turns, confused. Batman's fist caves in his chest plate. The metal crumples like foil. The soldier flies backward into a burning wall. The other soldiers notice. They draw curved swords that drip with black oil. Batman moves through them like a shadow through candlelight. He breaks arms. He shatters knees. He uses their momentum against them. 5 soldiers fall in 10 seconds. The remaining soldiers form a circle around him. "You fight well, Dark One," says a soldier. His voice sounds like 2 people talking at once. "But you cannot stop the flame of frenzy. The yellow fire will claim all." The soldiers' eyes blaze brighter. Yellow flames erupt from their mouths. The fire spreads across the ground toward Batman. Batman throws explosive gel capsules into the flames. The blast creates a smoke wall. He pulls 3 villagers through the smoke and shoves them toward the tree line. "Run," he says simply. The soldiers laugh. The yellow fire burns through the smoke. It touches Batman's cape. The flame tries to crawl up the fabric. Batman tears the cape off and throws it away. The fire consumes it instantly. Pain lances through his mind. He sees flashing images, Gotham burning, everyone he loves screaming, the world melting into yellow chaos. He drops to one knee. A horn blows across the valley. Soldiers in gold and white armor charge from the western ridge. They carry shields marked with a tree symbol. Their leader is a woman on horseback, wearing a crown made of thorns. She raises a straight sword that glows with pure white light. "By order of the Golden Order, servants of chaos will be purged," she shouts out. The gold soldiers slam into the bronze soldiers. The white light from their weapons cuts through the yellow flames. The infected soldiers scream and fall back. The yellow fire retreats. Batman stands, his head still pounds from the mental assault. He watches the golden soldiers cut down the last of the bronze warriors. The fight ends in less than a minute. The woman on the horse approaches him. She does not sheathe her sword. Up close, Batman sees she is young, maybe 25. Scars cross her face. Her eyes are hard. "You are not of the lands between," she says. "What are you?" "A visitor," Batman says. His voice is rough. "Those soldiers were attacking civilians. They were spreading the frenzied flame. They deserved death." She looks at the crater where he landed. She looks at the broken soldiers behind him. "You fight with great strength, but your armor bears no grace, no runes. Are you tarnished?" "I don't know what that means." The woman's eyes narrow. "Then you are dangerous. Come with us. High Commander Argus will decide if you are friend or threat." Batman considers running, but he needs information. He needs to understand this world if he is to find the source of Gotham's infection and stop it. "Oh, dear. I'll come," he says. The woman nods. "I am Knight Captain Thalia of the Golden Order. We march to Stormvale Castle. You will walk in chains until the commander judges you." Two soldiers approach with heavy iron shackles. Batman does not resist. They clamp the chains on his wrists. The metal is thick. It hums with faint energy. The company begins to march north. Batman walks in the center of the formation. He studies everything. The Golden Soldiers number 40. They move with discipline. Their weapons glow faintly with the same white light he saw before. He notices symbols carved into their armor, tree branches, circles, and eyes. The landscape is beautiful and wrong. The grass is too yellow. The sky shifts between gold and gray. In the distance, he sees ruins of castles larger than any building in Gotham. Stone fingers the size of skyscrapers jut from hillsides. Enter. They pass groups of shambling corpses that walk without purpose. The soldiers ignore them. One corpse gets too close. A soldier cuts it down without breaking stride. "What are those?" Batman asks Talia. "Those who live in death," she says. "Cursed beings who escape the cycle. They are pollution. We purge them when we can." After 2 hours of marching, they reach a camp. Tents surround a large stone fort. Soldiers drill in formations. Batman sees supply wagons and medical tents. This is a military staging ground. They bring him to the command tent. Inside, maps cover every surface. A man in heavy golden armor stands over the central table. His helmet sits beside him. He is old, maybe 60, gray hair, burn scars on half his face. "This is the intruder," Talia says. High Commander Argus looks at Batman for a long time. "Remove his chains," he says finally. The soldiers hesitate. Argus waves his hand. They unlock the shackles. Batman rubs his wrists. "Thank you." "Do not thank me yet. I freed you because those chains would not hold you if you wished to leave. I saw the crater from 3 kilometers away. I read Talia's report." Argus sits down heavily. "You killed 6 trained soldiers in seconds. You fought off the Frenzied Flame's mental corruption when it should have reduced you to a screaming animal. What are you?" "A man trained to fight," Batman says. "Where I come from, there are no gods or magic, only skill and technology." A laugh comes from the tent corner. An old woman steps into the light. She wears robes covered in eye symbols. Her own eyes are milk white. "No grace indeed. This one bleeds pure stubbornness. I see no guiding light in him, only darkness and will." "This is Miriam," Argus says. "She reads the signs for our company. She serves the 2 fingers." "And the 2 fingers serve the greater will," Miriam says. She walks in a circle around Batman. "You are an outsider, a piece that does not fit. The Erdtree did not call you. You forced your way into our world." She stops in front of him. "Why?" "Well, no, Batman chooses truth. "My city is infected with something from your world, a madness that spreads through touch and dreams. I traced it to a ritual, a doorway. I came through to find the source and stop it." Argus and Miriam exchange glances. "The Frenzied Flame," Miriam whispers. "Cultists have opened doors before. Your world is one of many the yellow chaos seeks to corrupt." "Then tell me how to stop it," Batman says. "Kill the cultists who open the door, seal the breach with proper ritual, or destroy the source of their power, the 3 fingers, deep beneath the lands between." Miriam shakes her head. "Impossible tasks for an outsider. You will die." "I've heard that before." Argus stands. "You helped our people at the village. That earns you a chance. Rest tonight. Tomorrow we march to engage a force of misbegotten, twisted creatures loyal to the demigod Godric. If you fight with us and prove trustworthy, I will give you supplies and information. If you betray us, my soldiers will cut you down." Batman nods. "Where can I prepare?" They give him a tent on the camp's edge. Soldiers watch him but do not enter. Batman removes his damaged cape and examines his suit. The armor held against the soldiers' weapons, but the yellow fire burned through it. He needs to be careful. He thinks about what he learned. This world has gods, or things called gods. It has magic that works through faith and symbols. The infection in Gotham comes from something called the Frenzied Flame. To stop it, he must either close the door from this side or destroy the source. Neither option is simple. A soldier brings him food, bread, dried meat, water. Batman eats. His body aches from the dimensional crossing. He feels heavier here, like reality presses down harder. He does not sleep. Instead, he watches the camp through his tent flap. Soldiers pray before a small shrine marked with tree symbols. Their prayers are quiet but fervent. They believe in their gods completely. Dawn comes red and gold. The horn sounds. The camp mobilizes. Batman steps out of his tent. Thalia approaches with his chains in hand. He raises an eyebrow. She drops them. Commander's orders. You fight unchained, but I watch you. The army marches east toward a ravine. Scouts report the misbegotten gather there, 300 strong. They prepare to raid supply lines to the capital. Batman marches with the command group. Argus explains the plan. We hold the ravine mouth. Let them come to us. Our shields form the line. Archers and faithcasters strike from the ridge. Simple and effective. What are misbegotten? Batman asks. Chimera beasts. Once they were something else. Grafting and cruel experiments twisted them. They feel only rage now. Argus looks at Batman. Can you kill without hesitation? I don't kill, Batman says. The entire command group stops walking. Argus turns slowly. Repeat that. I don't kill. I stop threats. I disable enemies. But I don't execute. Miriam laughs bitterly. Madness, you are in the lands between, Dark One. Everything here kills or dies. Mercy is weakness. Mercy is strength, Batman says. Taking a life is easy. Saving one is hard. Argus studies him. Your rule may get good soldiers killed. If you see an enemy raising a weapon to strike my people, what will you do? Stop them, Batman says. Break their arm. Knock them out. Remove the threat. And if they rise again? Then I stop them again. Thalia steps forward. Commander, this is foolish. He should fight properly or not fight at all. Argus raises a hand. We shall see. If his way fails, he will adapt or die. If it succeeds, he trails off. Then perhaps there is more than one path to victory. They reach the ravine by mid-morning. The Golden Order soldiers form ranks, shields lock together, spears point forward, archers climb to high positions, faithcasters, soldiers who channel magic through prayer, stand behind the line with glowing hands. Batman positions himself on the left flank. He watches the ravine mouth. Lord, a howl echoes from the deep shadows. Then another, then dozens more. Let us the misbegotten charge. Batman sees them clearly now. They are humanoid but wrong. Extra arms sprout from shoulders. Faces have too many eyes. Some run on 4 legs. Some fly on bat wings. They carry crude weapons, clubs, axes, rusted swords. Their skin is mottled gray and green. They hit the shield line like a wave of meat and fury. The Golden Order holds, spears thrust, shields bash. The faithcasters release golden bolts that explode among the misbegotten ranks. Archers fire in precise volleys. Batman moves. He runs along the flank toward a group of misbegotten trying to circle the line. There are 12. They see him and screech. The first one swings a club at his head. Batman ducks under it. He drives his fist into the creature's stomach. The misbegotten doubles over. Batman brings his elbow down on its skull. It drops unconscious. The others swarm him. Batman flows between them. He strikes joints. He hits pressure points. He uses explosive gel to create smoke and confusion. In 30 seconds, 8 misbegotten lie unconscious or crippled on the ground. The remaining 4 hesitate. Batman stands among their fallen. His armor is scratched but intact. His breathing is steady. Gotcha! Unmisbegotten with 4 arms charges. Batman sidesteps. He grabs 2 of the creature's arms and uses its momentum to flip it over his shoulder. It crashes hard. Batman stomps on its ankle. Bone cracks. The creature screams and curls up. The last 3 run. Batman turns back to the main battle. The Golden Order is pushing the misbegotten back into the ravine. Bodies pile up. The ground is slick with blood, but the line hold. A massive roar shakes the battlefield. Something huge moves in the ravine's depths. Leonine misbegotten, Argus shouts. Form square. The soldiers shift formation. A creature twice the size of a man climbs from the ravine. It has a lion's head on a muscular human body. 4 arms end in claws like swords. A mane of fire burns around its neck. It carries a massive greatsword in 2 hands. The Leonine misbegotten leaps into the center of the Golden Order formation. Its sword sweeps in a circle. 3 soldiers die instantly, cut in half. 4 more fly backward with shattered shields. The formation breaks. Soldiers scatter. The faith casters launch golden bolts. The creature's fire main burns them away before they connect. Batman runs toward the creature. He analyzes as he moves. It is strong and fast, but it favors its right side. An old injury, perhaps, and the fire main creates a blind spot directly behind its head. The Leonine sees Batman coming. It swings its great sword in a horizontal slash. Batman slides under the blade. He throws a cluster of pellets at the creature's face. They explode into smoke and flash powder, and the creature roars in confusion. Batman circles behind it. He attaches a magnetic grapnel to its lower back and fires the line. The hook embeds in a stone pillar across the battlefield. Batman activates the winch. The line goes taut. The Leonine stumbles backward, off balance. Talia charges from the right. Her white glowing sword strikes the creature's knee. The blade cuts deep. The Leonine drops to one knee. Batman leaps onto its back. He drives smoke pellets into the fire main. The flames gutter and die. He wraps a steel cord around the creature's neck and pulls hard. The Leonine thrashes. Its forearms reach back, trying to grab Batman. He holds on. Thalia strikes again, cutting tendons in the creature's sword arm. The great sword falls from its grip. After 20 seconds, the Leonine goes limp. Batman releases the cord. The creature collapses face down, unconscious but breathing. And so, silence falls over the battlefield. The remaining misbegotten flee into the ravine. The Golden Order soldiers stand stunned. Batman steps off the Leonine's back. His suit is covered in ash and blood, none of it his. He looks at Argus. Thread contained. Argus stares at the unconscious monster. You stopped it without killing. I told you I would. The soldiers begin to cheer. Not everyone, some look uncertain, but many raise their weapons and shout. They have won with few casualties. The impossible creature lies defeated. Miriam approaches Batman. Her blind eyes somehow see him clearly. You cost yourself greatly, Dark One. That mercy took more effort than a simple killing blow. You are already tired. What happens when the next battle comes, and the next? I'll manage, Batman says. Will you? She touches his arm. Her fingers are cold. I see the price you pay. Every choice to spare drains you. This world will test you until you break or change. The greater will does not reward mercy. It rewards order, even bloody order. Batman pulls his arm away. Then the greater will and I will disagree. Argus orders the camp to secure the ravine. Soldiers bind the unconscious Leonine with heavy chains. They begin collecting the wounded. Batman helps. He carries injured soldiers to the medical tent. He uses his suit's basic medical supplies to stabilize two who would have bled out. The camp's healers, who channel magic through golden light, stare at his technology with confusion. One healer, a young man named Peter, watches Batman work. Your world has healing without grace? We have science, medicine, knowledge built over centuries. But no gods, Batman confirms. Peter shakes his head in wonder. Then, how do you find meaning, purpose? We make our own, Batman says. That night, Argus calls Batman to the command tent. Talia and Miriam are already there. Maps show the region around Stormvale Castle. You proved yourself today, Argus says. Strange methods, but effective. I will honor my word. Ask your questions. Batman leans over the maps. Tell me about the Frenzied Flame. Everything. Miriam speaks. The Frenzied Flame is an outer god, a cosmic force beyond our world. It seeks to burn away all division, all individuality, all meaning. It promises an end to suffering through the destruction of everything. The flame spreads through touch, through sight, through despair. Once you are marked, the madness grows until you become a tool of chaos. How do I stop it? Seal the doors to your world. Hunt the cultists who maintain them. They gather in hidden churches and deep catacombs, she pauses, or descend beneath Lendel, the capital, to the subterranean shunning grounds. There you will find the Three Fingers, the source of the Frenzied Flame's power in the lands between. Destroy them, and all doors close permanently. What's the catch? The Three Fingers are protected by layers of madness and death. The path down is sealed by order of the Golden Order. To reach them, you would need permission from the highest authorities. And if you face the Three Fingers directly, the flame will try to claim you. Your mind will burn. Your purpose will dissolve. You will become a Lord of Chaos. Okay, Batman processes this. What if I resist? No. No one resists, Miriam says flatly. The flame does not ask, it takes. But I already resisted once, at the village. Miriam's expression shifts. That was a touch, a brush. Facing the source is different. You would stand in an ocean of yellow fire and try to remain yourself. Impossible, I have done impossible things before. Talia slams her hand on the table. This is arrogance. You are strong, stranger, but you are not a god. The frenzied flame has consumed demigods. It has burned away armies. What makes you special? I'm not special, Batman says. I'm prepared. Argus intervenes. This is a discussion for later. First, we must address a more immediate problem. Our scouts report a war band approaching from the north. They wear crimson and black. They carry banners marked with blood-red runes. Whose forces? Batman asks. Bloody Finger cultists. They serve Morg, Lord of Blood, one of the demigods. His followers hunt Tarnished to steal their grace. They are brutal and fanatical. Argus traces a line on the map. They will reach us in 2 days. We are outnumbered 3-1. Can you call for reinforcements? Messages have been sent, but help will not arrive in time. We must hold or retreat. Retreat? Talia's voice is sharp. We abandon the eastern villages, leave them to the blood cultists? I do not like it either, Argus says quietly, but I will not waste my soldiers' lives in a doomed battle. Batman studies the map. What if the odds change? What if I can reduce their numbers before the battle there? How? Argus asks. I work best at night. Give me the location of their camp. I'll sabotage their supplies, disable their commanders, create confusion. When they attack, they'll be weakened. Miriam laughs. 1 man against 300. You continue to surprise, Dark One. Will you forbid me? Argus looks at Talia. She shrugs. Let him try. Either he succeeds or removes himself as a complication. Harsh, Batman says. Honest, Talia replies. Argus nods. Very well. Scout reports place their camp 10 kilometers north. I will have guides take you close, but you go alone from there. Do not expect rescue. I don't. They give him the intelligence. 300 bloody fingers, 20 elite warriors with crimson armor and bleed curse weapons. A commander named Vare who wields blood magic. The camp is fortified but built quickly, walls of sharpened stakes, watchtowers of wood and rope. Batman prepares through the night. He repairs his suit's burned sections with material from the camp, leather and metal scraps. He creates new tools from his remaining supplies, smoke pellets, explosive gel, magnetic lines. His batarangs are running low. He makes crude versions from scrap metal. At midnight, 2 scouts take him north. They move through dark forests where trees have faces carved into their bark. Batman sees glowing eyes watching from the branches. The scouts do not speak. They stop at a ridge overlooking a valley. Below, campfires mark the blood cultist camp. Batman counts the fires. He estimates numbers and positions. The scouts point to the command tent, larger than the others, guarded by 4 warriors in crimson plate. The scouts leave without a word. Batman is alone by a minute. He descends the ridge in complete darkness. No moon, just starlight filtered through clouds. He becomes a shadow among shadows. The first watchtower stands 30 meters from the tree line. 1 guard with a torch. Batman waits until the guard looks west. Then he moves. He crosses the open ground in seconds. He climbs the tower's support beams without sound. The guard turns. Batman's hand covers his mouth. A nerve strike to the neck. The guard goes limp. Batman lowers him carefully to the tower floor and binds him with rope. He moves through the camp like smoke. He plants explosive gel packets under supply wagons. He cuts the ropes on 3 more watchtowers. They collapse minutes later, creating noise and confusion. He releases their horses, sending them stampeding through the camp. Odairs wake in chaos. They shout and run. In the confusion, Batman reaches the command tent. 4 elite guards stand watch. They wear helmets that cover their faces completely. They hold spears that drip with blood, even though they have not cut anything. Batman analyzes. Direct approach will not work. He needs a distraction. He throws a smoke pellet into a nearby fire. Thick black clouds billow across the camp. The guards react. 2 move to investigate. Batman waits until they are 10 meters away. He drops from the tent's roof onto the remaining guards, a nerve strike to the first guard's temple, an elbow to the second's throat. Both drop before they can raise alarm. Batman cuts through the tent wall with a small blade. Inside, a man sits at a desk covered in blood-stained maps. He wears white and red robes. His mask is silver with red tears painted down the cheeks. Vare looks up slowly. Ah, an intruder. How delightful. I wondered when the Golden Order would send their lapdog. I'm not with them, Batman says. Leave this region. Your war ends here. Vare stands. He is thin but moves with predator grace. You wear darkness like a second skin. You smell of foreign worlds. How interesting. He raises a hand. Blood leaks from his palm and forms a curved blade in the air. I think I shall baptize you in blood. Lord Mo always hungers for new servants. The blood blade lashes out. Batman dodges. The blade cuts through the tent wall like it is mist. Vara strikes again. Batman rolls. The blade slams into the ground where he stood. The earth sizzles. Batman throws a batarang. It flies true. Vara's blood forms a shield that catches the weapon mid-air. The batarang clatters to the ground. You cannot fight blood itself, Vara says. It is the source of all life and all death. Submit, and I will make your ending quick. Batman activates the explosive gel under the tent. The blast throws both of them through the air. Batman controls his fall. Vare crashes into a support beam. The entire camp is now fully awake. Soldiers run toward the command area. Batman has seconds. He pulls Vare up by his robes. Call off your attack on the Golden Order camp, now. Vare laughs. Blood leaks from his mask. I cannot. The orders come from higher, from Lord Morg himself. We take what we are owed. We claim grace through blood. He coughs. More blood. And you, Dark One, will burn with the rest when the true blood tide comes. Alarm bells ring across the camp. Soldiers surround the ruined tent. Batman sees at least 50, more coming. He drops Vare and throws smoke pellets in a circle. The cloud explodes outward. Batman runs for the camp's edge. Arrows whistle past him. A blood blade slices through his cape, what remains of it. He reaches the stakes. He vaults over them. Soldiers give chase, but he is faster. He disappears into the forest shadows before they can coordinate. He runs for an hour, making sure he is not followed. Then he stops to assess. Mission results: supplies destroyed, watchtowers collapsed, commander injured, camp in chaos, but the attack will still come. He did not stop it, he only delayed and weakened it. And he learned something disturbing. The Bloody Fingers take orders from a demigod. That means the conflict is larger than one warband. It is part of a greater struggle for power in the lands between. Batman returns to the Golden Order camp at dawn. The scouts verify his identity. Soldiers stare as he walks through the gates. His suit is torn, ash and blood cover him, but he walks straight and tall. Argus meets him at the command tent. Report. Batman describes everything: the sabotage, the fight with Vare, the revelation about Morg's orders. Argus listens in silence. When Batman finishes, the commander nods slowly. You did well. Our scouts confirmed chaos in their camp. They will be disorganized when they attack. You have given us a chance. But not victory, Batman says. No, not yet. Argus looks at the maps. We fight tomorrow. They will come with rage and desperation. It will be bloody. Talia enters the tent. The men are talking. They say the Dark One destroyed half the enemy camp alone. They say he moves like death itself. He is effective, Argus agrees. He is also reckless, Miriam says, appearing from the shadows. I felt him tonight, pushing his body beyond mortal limits. The dimensional crossing weakened him more than he admits. Each battle drains him further, and still he refuses to kill, making every fight 3 times harder. She turns her blind eyes on Batman. How long can you maintain your principles when they might cost lives? As long as necessary, Batman says. Pride, Miriam whispers. The greater will breaks the proud. You will learn. Act 2, the blood tide and the question of mercy. Dawn comes too quickly. The Golden Order soldiers form ranks. 300 fighters against an unknown number of blood cultists. Batman stands with the command group. Argus addresses his troops. The enemy comes broken and angry. They will fight with desperation. Hold the line. Protect your brothers and sisters. Show them why the Golden Order endures. The soldiers bang spears against shields. The sound echoes across the valley. Batman checks his gear. His batarangs are almost gone. His explosive gel is half depleted. His suit is damaged in 5 places. But his mind is sharp. His body, though tired, still functions. The bloody fingers appear on the northern ridge. Batman counts 200. His sabotage cut their numbers by a third. But they still outnumber the Golden Order forces. The cultists wear crimson and black. Many have painted their armor with blood runes. They carry weapons that pulse with red light. They do not march in formation. They swarm down the ridge like red ants. Vare leads them. His mask is cracked, but he stands tall. He raises a staff made of twisted bone. For the Lord of Blood, take their grace. Drown them in the tide. The bloody fingers charge. The Golden Order holds their ground. Archers fire. Faith casters release golden bolts. The first wave of cultists falls, but more come. They crash into the shield line with terrible force. The line holds for 10 seconds. Then a section breaks. 5 cultists push through. They swing bleed curse weapons. Every cut makes blood pour from wounds that should be shallow. Batman moves to the breach. He strikes the first cultist's weapon arm. The bone breaks, the cultist screams. Batman kicks his knee. The cultist drops. Batman throws him back into the oncoming wave, creating a stumbling block. The second cultist slashes at Batman's throat. He leans back. The blade passes millimeters from his skin. He grabs the cultist's wrist. He twists hard. The wrist snaps. The weapon falls. Batman drives his knee into the cultist's stomach. The cultist collapses. 3 more cultists surround him. They attack together. Batman flows between their strikes. He is water. He is smoke. He is a shadow that cannot be caught. He breaks fingers. He shatters elbows. He delivers precise kicks to nerve clusters. In 15 seconds, all 5 cultists lie disabled on the ground, bleeding but alive. The Golden Order soldiers seal the breach. The line holds again. But more breaches open. The bloody fingers are berserkers. They do not care about death. They throw themselves at the line again and again. Batman runs along the formation, plugging gaps. He disables 12 cultists in 3 minutes. His muscles scream. His breath comes hard. The dimensional crossing did weaken him. Every movement costs more than it should. A horn sounds. The bloody fingers pull back. They reform 50 meters away. Vare steps forward. You fight well, Order dogs, but now you face true power. He raises his bone staff. Bleed for me. Red light explodes from the staff. It washes over the battlefield like a wave. Batman feels pain lance through his body. He looks down. Blood leaks from his skin through the suit's damaged sections. Not from wounds. The blood just appears. Around him, Golden Order soldiers scream. Blood pours from their noses, their ears, their eyes. They drop to their knees. The Faith casters try to counter with golden light, but the blood curse is too strong. Batman forces himself to stay standing. He analyzes the spell. It is external pressure. It manipulates blood through magic. His suit's armor prevents the worst of it, but the damaged sections leak. He pulls a magnetic grapnel and fires it at Vare. The hook flies true. Vare dodges. The hook misses by inches. Vare laughs. You cannot stop blood sorcery with toys, little bat. Batman runs toward him. Cultists try to intercept. He bowls through them. His vision blurs from blood loss, but he reaches Vare in seconds. He throws a punch. Vare blocks with a blood shield. Batman's fist hits the shield. It feels like hitting a wall of needles. Pain shoots up his arm. Vare's staff swings at Batman's head. Batman ducks. He drives his fist into Vare's stomach. The sorcerer gasps. His concentration breaks. The blood curse flickers. Batman grabs the staff. He tries to pull it away. Vare holds tight. They struggle. Blood leaks between them. You cling to mercy, Vare hisses. It makes you weak. Kill me now or die. Batman delivers a knee strike to Vare's ribs. Bone cracks. Vare's grip weakens. Batman tears the staff away and breaks it over his knee. The wood splinters. The red light dies. The blood curse ends. The battlefield gasps. Soldiers struggle to stand. Blood covers the ground, but the bleeding stops. Vare drops to his knees. You are stronger than you seem. Surrender, Batman says. End this. I cannot. Vare looks up. His mask's silver surface reflects Batman's dark shape. You do not understand. The Lord of Blood owns us, body and soul. We serve or we suffer eternally. Death is mercy compared to his dungeons. Batman feels cold. Then I'll free you from him. How? You are one man. Lord Morg is a demigod. He commands armies. He bathes in the blood of his enemies. What can you do against that? I'll find a way. Vere laughs weakly. Such confidence it will not save you, but he reaches into his robes and pulls out a blood-stained cloth. If you truly wish to challenge the impossible, seek the Round Table hold. Tell them Vare the Fingerless sent you. They may help, or they may kill you. Either is better than this endless war. Batman takes the cloth. What is the Round Table hold? A gathering place for Tarnished, a neutral ground. Ask for Vare coughs blood. Ask for the woman who walks with wolves. She knows paths between worlds. Batman binds Vare's wounds. The sorcerer is too weak to fight. Batman leaves him there and returns to the Golden Order line. The Bloody Fingers have lost their leader and their sorcery. They break. They run north in disorder. The Golden Order does not pursue. They are too wounded. The battle ends. 60 Golden Order soldiers are dead or dying. Another 40 are wounded. Of the 200 Bloody Fingers, perhaps 80 escaped. The rest lie on the field, dead or disabled. Batman looks at the cultists he defeated. They are still alive, bound and groaning, but alive. Argus approaches. He looks at the prisoners. Why did you not kill them? They're defeated. They're no threat now. They serve an enemy demigod. If we release them, they will return to fight us again. Then hold them as prisoners. We cannot feed 24 prisoners. We can barely feed ourselves. Argus draws his sword. They die or they go free. Those are the only options. Batman steps between Argus and the prisoners. No. The battlefield goes quiet. Soldiers turn to watch. Hits! Talia's hand goes to her sword. Commander, should I? Argus raises a hand. He studies Batman. You would protect those who tried to kill you, who killed our people. They're beaten. Killing them now is murder, not justice. This is war, not a courthouse. War has rules too, Batman says, or it should. Miriam steps forward. She looks at the prisoners with her blind eyes. I see your struggle, Dark One. You believe every life is sacred, but this world does not share that belief. Here, life is currency, grace is power, death is transition. You impose your world's morality on a realm that does not recognize it. Then maybe it should, Batman says quietly. Argus sheaths his sword. You test my patience, but you saved many lives today. I will grant you this. The prisoners live for now. We hold them until they can be judged properly. But if they escape or cause harm, their blood is on your hands. Accept that. The soldiers begin the grim work of collecting the dead and tending the wounded. Batman helps. He moves from soldier to soldier, using his suit's medical supplies to stabilize critical wounds. The camp healers watch him work with growing respect. One healer, the young man Petter, approaches. You saved 12 today who would have died. Your strange methods work. He pauses. May I ask you something? Nim, go ahead. Why did you refuse to kill, even when it costs you? Batman finishes bandaging a soldier's leg wound. Because once you start, it becomes easier. The line between justice and murder blurs. I've seen it happen to good people. They start killing for the right reasons. Then the reasons matter less. Then they just kill. But you fight in a war. I fight to stop wars. Petter nods slowly. That is complicated. Most things worth doing are. That evening, Argus calls a war council. The command tent is crowded. Thalia, Miriam, 3 other captains, and Batman. Argus lays out the situation. We won, but we are weakened. More enemies will come. The Bloody Fingers were only one of many threats in this region. We need reinforcements, we need supplies, and we need information on enemy movements. One captain speaks. What of the Dark One's actions? The prisoners? They live for now, Argus says. We will transport them to the capital for judgment when we can. Next issue? Thalia stands. Commander, we must discuss the stranger's place in our company. He fights well, he saves lives, but he also questions our ways. He challenges your authority. What precedent does this set? Eyes turn to Batman. Argus considers. The stranger saved us twice. Once at the village, once today. He weakened our enemies when we had no hope. His strange mercy may be foolish, but it has not yet failed. I see no reason to force a change. Until it does fail, Talia says. Until his refusal to kill gets one of us killed. What then? Then we adapt, Argus says, as we always have. Miriam speaks. There is a deeper issue. The stranger carries no grace, he follows no god, he obeys no cosmic order. What happens when his will conflicts with the greater will? What happens when the golden order demands one action and his conscience demands another? We'll handle that if it comes, Argus says. When it comes, Miriam corrects. The greater will does not tolerate defiance. Sooner or later the stranger will face a choice. Bend or break, there is no middle path. Yet Batman has been silent. Now he speaks. What if I find another way? There is no other way, Miriam says. The greater will is absolute. It shaped this world. It defines order. To oppose it is to embrace chaos. Maybe order and chaos aren't the only options. Then what else is there? Talia demands. Choice, individual will. People deciding for themselves instead of following commands from gods or kings or codes? Talia laughs bitterly. Anarchy. You describe anarchy. I describe freedom. Freedom, Miriam's voice is sharp. You know nothing of this world's history. Do you know what happened when the ring was shattered, when the old order broke? War. Endless war. Demigods killing each other for scraps of power. Common people crushed between them. The Golden Order is harsh, but it is better than the chaos before. Is it? Batman asks. You've rebuilt order through fear and force. You kill those who disagree. You hunt those who live outside your system. How is that better? Argus slams his hand on the table. Enough! This philosophical debate solves nothing. We have practical concerns. The stranger has proven useful. His methods, while unusual, have worked. We will continue to allow him latitude until that changes. The captains nod reluctantly. Talia looks unhappy but silent. Miriam stares at Batman. You walk a dangerous path, Dark One. Pride comes before many falls. The Erdtree watches. The greater will takes note. Be careful you do not become what you fight against. I'm always careful, Batman says. The council ends. Soldiers disperse to their duties. Batman walks to the edge of camp. He looks out at the darkening landscape. The Erdtree glows in the distance. Its light seems to pulse like a heartbeat. He thinks about Miriam's words, about the greater will, about the cosmic order that governs this world. He came here to stop the Frenzied Flame, but he is learning that the conflict is more complex than he thought. But the Frenzied Flame represents chaos and destruction. The Golden Order represents harsh order. Neither is acceptable. There must be a third path, but finding it will not be easy. Footsteps behind him. Batman turns. Peter approaches carrying 2 bowls of stew. You did not eat at dinner, the young healer says. You need strength. Batman takes the bowl. Thank you. They eat in silence for a moment. Then Peter speaks. You asked questions today about mercy and order. May I ask you one? Go ahead. Do you think the Golden Order is evil? Batman considers. No, I think it's a system trying to solve impossible problems. But systems become rigid. They forget why they were created. They start serving themselves instead of people. And the Frenzied Flame? Pure destruction, no thought, no mercy, just an ending. So what is the answer? Batman looks at the young man. I don't know yet, but I know it's not blind obedience or mad destruction. It's somewhere in between, something that respects life and choice and still maintains enough order to let people be safe. Peter smiles. You are an idealist. Maybe, or maybe just stubborn. A cry goes up from the southern watchtower. Soldiers rush to the walls. Batman drops his bowl and runs. From the south, a figure approaches. It walks slowly. It glows with red light. As it gets closer, Batman sees it clearly. Knight in crimson armor. The armor is covered in spikes. Blood drips from every edge, even though the knight has not fought. In one hand, the knight carries a massive trident. In the other, a severed head. The knight stops 50 meters from the camp gate. It throws the head to the ground. The head rolls and stops. Batman sees it clearly now. It is one of the Golden Order scouts sent south earlier. The knight's voice booms across the field. I am Ansbach, knight of Lord Mog. You hold prisoners who belong to my master. Release them now, or I will water this field with your blood. Argus appears on the wall. We hold only criminals and invaders. They will face justice. Justice, Ansbach laughs. It is a cold sound. There is no justice, only power. Release them or die. We will not yield to threats. Then you choose death. Ansbach raises his trident. The air around him ripples. Batman feels pressure, like gravity increasing. The ground beneath Ansbach cracks. I give you until dawn. Release the prisoners, or I will come in force and take them, and I will burn your camp to ash while I do it. The knight turns and walks away. The red glow fades into the darkness. The camp erupts in worried voices. Soldiers talk over each other. Fear ripples through the ranks. Even Argus calls for silence. Back to your posts. Double the watch. We discuss strategy in 1 hour. The soldiers obey. Batman follows Argus to the command tent. Inside, Talia paces. Ansbach! They sent Ansbach. We cannot fight him. He is Morg's personal champion. He has killed hundreds. He wields blood and gravity sorcery. He is nearly unkillable. Tell me about him, Batman says. Miriam speaks. Ansbach was once a knight of honor. He served the Erdtree faithfully, but his lord died in the shattering. Ansbach sought revenge. He found Lord Morg. He drank the blood of communion. Now he serves the Lord of Blood absolutely. His power grew tenfold. His morality died completely. Can he be reasoned with? No, Talia says flatly. He is beyond reason. He is a weapon pointed at us. We must flee or release the prisoners. We will not flee, Argus says, and we will not release prisoners to a demigod's thug. Then we fight, Thalia says, and we die. Silence falls. Every face in the tent looks grim. A Batman breaks the silence. What if I face him alone? They all turn to stare. You cannot be serious, Thalia says. He wants a champion fight. Give him one. I face him. Winner takes all. He will kill you in seconds, Miriam says. His power is beyond yours. Maybe, but I've beaten people stronger than me before. I've fought gods and monsters. I've survived impossible fights. Argus studies Batman carefully. Why would you do this? These are not your people. This is not your war. Because it's the right thing to do, Batman says simply, and because no one else will die for my choices. If my mercy created this problem, I'll solve it. Talia looks at Argus. Commander, you cannot allow this. We need him. Foolish as he is effective. He is also free to make his own choices, Argus says quietly. He looks at Batman. Are you certain? Yes. Then I will arrange it. At dawn, you will face Ansbach in single combat. The terms, if you win, the blood cultists leave this region for 1 year. If you lose... He trails off. If I lose, release the prisoners, Batman says. Don't waste lives defending them after I'm gone. Argus nods slowly. As you wish. The meeting ends. Batman goes to his tent. He spends the night preparing. He repairs his suit as much as possible. He creates new tools from scrap. He plans strategies. But mostly he thinks about Gotham, about Alfred, about the mission he left unfinished. The Frenzied Flame still threatens his home, but to stop it, he must survive here. He must navigate the politics and power struggles of the lands between. And he must prove that mercy is not weakness. Dawn comes grey and cold. The entire camp assembles. They form a circle in the open field south of the walls. The Golden Order soldiers stand silent. Fear and hope war on their faces. Ansbach arrives as the sun breaks the horizon. He walks alone. His crimson armor glows in the dawn light. Blood drips and steams. He plants his trident in the ground. Who faces me? He calls. Batman steps into the circle. His repaired suit is dark against the grey dawn. His cape is gone. His cowl covers his face. He has no visible weapons. Ansbach tilts his head. You? The Dark One the men whisper about? He laughs. You are brave, or stupid. No matter, you will bleed the same. The terms? Batman says. Simple, you die. I take the prisoners. If by some miracle you win, my master's forces withdraw from this region for 1 year. Agreed. Ansbach pulls his trident from the ground. Begin. The knight charges. He is fast, impossibly fast for someone in heavy armor. The trident stabs at Batman's chest. Batman dodges. The trident grazes his shoulder. He feels pain lance through his body. The wound bleeds heavily, too heavily. Blood pours down his arm. bleed, curse. The weapon makes wounds bleed without stopping. Batman rolls away. He throws a batarang. Ansbach swats it from the air with casual ease. Toys, Ansbach says. You bring toys to a god's fight. He swings the trident in a wide arc. Batman ducks. The trident passes overhead. The air pressure from the swing knocks Batman off balance. He stumbles. Ansbach's fist catches him in the stomach. Batman flies backward. He crashes into the dirt 10 meters away and his ribs scream. The air leaves his lungs. He forces himself to stand. Ansbach walks toward him slowly, not hurrying. The knight knows he has won. Batman analyzes. Ansbach is strong, fast. His weapon inflicts ongoing damage, and he uses gravity magic to enhance his attacks. Direct combat is impossible. Batman needs to change the rules. He pulls explosive gel and throws it at Ansbach's feet. The knight laughs. The gel explodes. Smoke and fire bloom. When it clears, Ansbach stands untouched. His armor did not even scratch. Pathetic, Ansbach says. He raises his free hand. The ground beneath Batman suddenly weighs 3 times normal. Batman's knees buckle. He can barely move. Gravity crushes him down. Ansbach raises his trident for the killing blow. Batman activates the magnetic grapnel. He fires not at Ansbach, but at the trident. The magnetic hook attaches. Batman activates full power. The grapnel pulls the trident toward itself. Ansbach holds tight, but the sudden pull throws off his balance. He stumbles forward. Batman releases the gravity pressure and launches himself at Ansbach. He drives his armored fist into the knight's helmet. The impact rings like a bell. Ansbach's head snaps back. Batman follows with a knee strike to the armor's joint at the hip. Ansbach grunts. Batman grabs the trident with both hands and twists. He uses all his strength. The trident wrenches from Ansbach's grip. Batman throws it 30 meters away. Ansbach roars. Blood magic erupts from his hands. Red spears form in the air and launch at Batman. Batman dodges. One spear grazes his leg. The wound bleeds heavily. 2 spears, 2 bleeding wounds. He is losing too much blood. He has maybe 2 minutes before he passes out. Ansbach summons more blood spears. He launches them in a wave. Batman throws smoke pellets. The smoke hides him. The spears miss. Batman runs through the smoke toward Ansbach. He needs to end this now. He emerges from the smoke behind Ansbach. He wraps a steel cord around the knight's neck. He pulls hard. Ansbach reaches back. His hands grab Batman's arms. The knight's strength is immense. He begins to pull Batman over his shoulder. Batman does not fight it. He lets Ansbach throw him. But as he flies through the air, he activates the final explosive gel packet he planted on Ansbach's back during the grapple. The explosion is concentrated. It hits the joint between Ansbach's helmet and chest plate. Metal tears. The helmet flies off. Batman lands hard. His vision blurs. Blood loss is severe. He can barely stand. Ansbach turns. Without his helmet, his face is visible. He is older than Batman expected. Scars cover his face. His eyes are blood red. Clever, Ansbach says. You fight without honor, without skill. Just desperation and tricks. Whatever works, Batman gasps. It will not be enough. Ansbach raises both hands. The gravity pressure returns, worse than before. Batman collapses. He cannot move. His chest barely lifts to breathe. Ansbach walks toward him. You could have been great, but you chose mercy. You chose weakness. Now you die. The knight raises his armored boot to crush Batman's head. Batman's hand finds his belt. One last trick. He presses the button. Every smoke pellet, every explosive gel packet, every electronic device in his suit activates at once. The electromagnetic pulse that results is small, but at this range it hits Ansbach's blood sorcery like a hammer. The red glow flickers, the gravity pressure disappears. Batman surges up. He drives his fist into Ansbach's exposed throat. The knight gags. Batman follows with strikes to the knee, the elbow, the neck, every pressure point, every weak spot in the armor. Ansbach stumbles backward. He tries to raise his hands. Batman grabs one arm. He twists hard. The elbow joint in the armor bends backward. Bone cracks. Ansbach screams. Batman sweeps the knight's legs. Ansbach falls. Batman drives his knee into the knight's chest. Metal buckles. Yield, Batman says. Ansbach laughs through blood. Never. Kill me, or I will kill you. Those are the only endings. There's always another way. Not in the lands between. Batman hits a nerve cluster on Ansbach's neck. The knight's eyes roll back. He goes limp, unconscious. Batman collapses beside him. His wounds bleed freely. His vision darkens. He hears soldiers shouting, feels hands lifting him. Then darkness takes him. Act 3, The Bleeding Knight and the Test of Darkness. Batman wakes in a bed. White cloth surrounds him. Sunlight filters through canvas walls. A medical tent. His body aches. Bandages cover his shoulder and leg. The bleeding has stopped. He tries to sit up. Pain shoots through his ribs. "Do not move yet," Peter says. The young healer sits beside the bed. "You lost much blood. Your wounds were cursed. It took 3 healers working together to stop the bleeding. You should be dead." "How long was I out?" 2 days. The entire camp thought you would not wake." Peter leans forward. "You defeated Ansbach. No one believed it possible. You are being called a hero." Batman swings his legs off the bed. His muscles protest. "Where is Ansbach now?" "Chained in the prisoner tent. He woke yesterday. He demanded to speak with you. Commander Argus refused." Peter helps Batman stand. "Can you walk?" "I'll manage." They exit the tent. The camp has changed. More soldiers have arrived. Batman counts at least 500. New tents line the field. Banners show different symbols. Trees, moons, wolves. Talia approaches. "You live. Good. The commander wants to see you immediately." Batman follows her to the command tent. Inside, Argus stands with 3 new officers. One wears silver armor marked with wolf symbols. One wears blue robes covered in star patterns. The third is a massive man in plain steel plate. "The Dark One arrives," Argus says. "Let me introduce our allies. This is Captain Roderick of the Wolf Knights, Sorcerer Celestine of Raya Lucaria, and Commander Garrett of the Redmane Forces." The 3 officers study Batman with clear suspicion. He does not look like much," Roderick says. His voice is rough. "This is the man who defeated Ansbach." "He is," Argus confirms. "Then he has my respect," Garrett rumbles. "Ansbach killed 12 of my men last year. I wanted his head. You only knocked him out, but it is something." Celestine speaks. Her voice is soft but cold. "He carries no grace, no glintstone power, no faith magic. How did he win?" "Skill and preparation," Batman says. "And desperation," Miriam adds. She stands in the tent corner as always. "He nearly died. He won through luck as much as ability." Batman does not argue. She is right. Argus spreads new maps on the table. "The reinforcements arrived because of your victory." Word spread quickly. "The Dark One who defeated a demigods champion. Morale has risen across 3 regions, but this brings new problems." "And, what problems?" Batman asks. Roderick points to the map. "Lord Morg is furious. Ansbach was his greatest warrior. Morg has sent a new threat, something worse. Celestine continues. "A sanguine noble named Eldrax. He wields blood magic stronger than Ansbach, but more importantly, he uses something called the Formless Mother's Embrace. It is a curse that turns victims into blood servants. One touch, and you belong to Morg forever." "Mind control," Batman says. "No, worse, soul control. You remain aware, but you cannot disobey. You watch yourself serve the enemy. Many choose death over this fate." Here Batman feels cold. "How do we stop it?" "We do not," Garrett says bluntly. "We run. Eldrax cannot be fought. He has turned entire armies. We evacuate the eastern villages and fall back to fortified positions. That leaves hundreds of people exposed," Batman says. "It saves thousands more," Garrett replies. "War is mathematics. We save who we can." Batman looks at Argus. "You agree with this?" The commander's face is tired. "I do not like it, but I see no alternative. Eldrax arrives in 3 days. We cannot field enough forces to stop him, and we cannot risk him turning our soldiers into enemies. What if I face him alone?" The tent goes silent. Talia explodes. "Absolutely not. You barely survived Ansbach. Eldrax is 10 times more dangerous." "She is right," Miriam says quietly. "Ansbach fights with blade and blood. Eldrax fights with corruption. He will not try to kill you. He will try to claim you. And if he succeeds, you become Morg's weapon. Your strength turns against us." Batman processes this. "What are his weaknesses?" "None that we know," Celestine says. "He is immune to physical damage while using the embrace. Faith magic slows him but does not stop him. Sorcery passes through him like smoke. He is nearly invincible. Nearly is not the same as completely. Roderick shakes his head. You are brave, Dark One, but bravery is not enough. Some enemies cannot be beaten by a single warrior. Batman thinks the situation is clear. A powerful enemy approaches. The army plans to retreat. Civilians will be abandoned. It is a logical choice. The math makes sense. But math does not account for the weight of individual lives. Give me 2 days, Batman says. Let me study what we know about Eldrax. Let me prepare. If I cannot find a solution, we evacuate as planned. Argus considers. You can barely walk. You need more healing. I'll heal while I work. The commander looks at the other officers. Roderick shrugs. Garrett nods slightly. Celestine shows no expression. Very well, Argus says. 2 days. But when that time ends, we march, with or without a solution. The meeting ends. Batman returns to his tent. Better brings him food and water. Batman eats mechanically while his mind works. He needs information. He calls for Miriam. The blind woman arrives at sunset. She sits across from him. You wish to know about the formless mother? Yes. She is an outer god, like the greater will, like the frenzied flame. But her nature is different. She embodies the bond between mother and child, protection through blood, love through sacrifice. She is not evil, but her gifts come with chains. Chains? Those who accept her power must serve. They become her children. They cannot refuse her will, or the will of her chosen lord, Morg. Eldrax accepted this gift completely. He is more her puppet than a man. Can the gift be removed? No, once given it is permanent. Death is the only escape. Batman is quiet for a moment. Then, what if someone could resist the gift, refuse to accept it even when offered? Miriam's blind eyes widen. Impossible. The formless mother's power works through blood. Once your blood touches hers, you are claimed. Will does not matter. Will always matters. You still do not understand this world. Your rules do not apply here. The outer gods are not criminals you can intimidate or defeat. They are forces of nature. You might as well fight gravity or time. I've fought impossible odds before. Then you have been lucky. Luck ends. Miriam stands. I will tell you one more thing, Dark One. The greater will is watching you. Your victories have drawn attention. The Two Fingers have sent word. You are to present yourself at the capital. Soon. Why? Because you are an anomaly, a force outside the established order. Such forces must be measured, judged, and either incorporated or removed. And if I refuse, then you become an enemy of the Golden Order. All we have done together will end. You will be hunted like the criminals you fight. Miriam leaves. Batman sits in the darkness. The situation grows more complicated by the hour. He came to stop the frenzied flame. But he has been pulled into a larger conflict. Gods and demigods. Cosmic forces beyond mortal understanding. And yet, underneath all the magic and divine power, he sees familiar patterns. Tyranny, control, the strong dominating the weak. It is the same game played in Gotham, just with different names and bigger powers. He will not bow to it here any more than he does at home. The next morning, Batman requests to speak with Ansbach. Argus allows it under guard. They bring Batman to the prisoner tent. Ansbach sits chained to a post. Heavy iron binds his wrists and ankles. His armor has been removed. He wears only a torn red tunic. Without his armor, he looks older, tired. Dark One, Ansbach says. His voice is calm. You come to gloat? I come to ask questions. Why would I answer? Because you have honor. Talia told me your history. You served faithfully before the shattering. You protected the innocent. You followed a code. Ansbach's face hardened. That man died long ago. Did he? Or did he just change masters? Batman sits across from the chained knight. Tell me about Eldrax. Ansbach is silent for a long moment. Then, why do you care? You should run. Everyone else will. I do not run from threats. You should run from this one. Eldrax is not a warrior. He is a plague. He does not fight. He infects. He corrupts. He turns allies into slaves and slaves into weapons. How does the formless mother's embrace work? Ansbach looks at his chains. It enters through blood contact. His blood touches yours. The outer god's consciousness flows through that connection. She whispers in your mind, offers you power, offers you belonging, offers you an end to pain and loneliness. Most accept eagerly. And those who refuse? The whispers become screams. The offers become commands. Your blood rebels against your will. Eventually you break. Everyone breaks. Ansbach meets Batman's eyes. Even you will break, Dark One. Your will is strong, but the formless mother is older than mountains, stronger than oceans. You are nothing to her. Can the embrace be prevented? Blocked somehow? Only by avoiding blood contact completely, but Eldrex can bleed at will. He covers battlefields in his blood. You cannot fight him without touching it. Batman thinks, what if someone's blood was different, changed somehow? Would the connection still work? Ansbach frowns. I do not know. The embrace works through blood magic. It follows the rules of blood. But your blood... He trails off. You are from another world. Your blood may not follow our rules. It is possible, barely possible, that the connection might fail or weaken. Would Eldrex know this? No, he has never fought an outsider before. He would assume you are like any other victim. Batman stands. Thank you. Do not thank me. I have given you false hope. You will still fall. And when you do, Lord Morg will use you to destroy everything you tried to protect. Ansbach rattles his chains. But perhaps that is what you deserve. You fight with mercy. Mercy is weakness. This world will teach you that truth in blood. Maybe, or maybe I will teach this world something different. Batman leaves the tent. He spends the rest of the day working. He visits the camp's sorcerers and healers. He asks questions about blood magic, about how it works, about its limitations. Celestine the sorcerer is surprisingly helpful. Blood magic follows the principle of connection. Blood calls to blood. It is why family ties matter, why oaths sealed in blood hold power. The magic travels through that connection. What if the connection was disrupted, flooded with interference? Celestine tilts her head. Theoretically possible. If you could introduce a foreign substance into your blood, something with its own magical signature, it might confuse the connection. But finding such a substance is difficult, and the side effects could be severe. Batman remembers the dimensional crossing, the energy that tore him from Gotham and threw him into the lands between. That energy left traces in his body. He can feel it still. A faint hum in his bones, a residual charge. What about dimensional energy? Would that qualify? Celestine's eyes widen. You carry dimensional residue from your crossing? Yes. That could work. Dimensional energy does not belong to this world. It follows different rules. If you could amplify it in your bloodstream... She begins pacing. But how? The residue is too faint. You would need a massive charge to make it effective. Batman pulls a small device from his belt, a prototype. He built it in the Batcave years ago for a different purpose, an electromagnetic stimulator designed to jumpstart his body's healing. He never tested it fully. Could this work? Celestine examines the device. Her fingers trace the circuits. I do not understand your technology, but I sense purpose in its design. Power flows through these pathways. If you used this to stimulate the dimensional residue... She hands it back. It might work, or it might kill you. The energy could fry your nervous system, burn your blood from the inside. And what are the odds? 50-50 at best. Batman pockets the device. I have worked with worse odds. The second day passes in preparation. Batman modifies the device. He uses camp supplies, copper wire, crystal fragments, glintstone dust borrowed from Celestine. The modifications are crude but functional. That evening, Argus calls another meeting. Tomorrow, Eldrax arrives. The scouts confirm it. He marches with 50 blood servants. We must decide now. Evacuate or fight. Batman steps forward. I will face him. You have a plan? Argus asks. I have a theory. Not good enough, Thalia says. We need certainty. There is no certainty in war, Batman replies. Only calculated risks. I calculated this risk is worth taking. Roderick speaks. If you fall and become his servant, we must kill you. Can you accept that? Yes. Garrett nods. Then you have my support. A warrior willing to die for others deserves respect. Celestine adds, I will provide what magical support I can, but I cannot face Eldrax directly. His power counters mine. Argus looks at each officer. They all nod. He turns to Batman. You have until noon tomorrow. If you have not defeated Eldrax by then, we fire the signal arrows. The army retreats. You are on your own. Understood. That night, Batman prepares his mind. He meditates. He thinks of Gotham, of Alfred, of the mission. He cannot fail here. Too much depends on it. Peter visits at midnight. I wanted to say thank you for showing us that mercy can work. That strength does not require cruelty. The thanks are premature. I have not won yet, but you try. That matters. Dawn comes gray and heavy. The army forms defensive positions on a hillside overlooking a wide valley. Batman stands alone in the valley's center. The eastern horizon darkens, not with storm clouds, with blood. Eldrax approaches. He is tall and thin. His armor is deep crimson. Blood flows over it constantly like living liquid. His face is hidden behind a mask, shaped like a crying woman. He carries no weapon. He does not need one. 50 figures follow him. They were once soldiers of different armies. Now they all wear red. Their eyes are empty. They move in perfect unison. Blood servants. Eldrax stops 30 meters from Batman. When he speaks, two voices come out, his own and something else, something ancient and hungry. The Dark One, the Anomaly, the Golden Order's new pet. The voices are wrong. They hurt to hear. You should have run. Now you become ours. The Formless Mother welcomes all children. I am not your child, Batman says. You will be. All resistance ends in acceptance. All pain ends in service. It is mercy. It is love. You will understand soon. Eldrax raises his hands. Blood pours from his palms. It spreads across the ground toward Batman. Fast, too fast to dodge. Batman activates the device on his belt. Electricity surges through his body. The dimensional residue responds. It amplifies. His blood begins to burn with cold fire. The pain is immense. The blood tide reaches him. It touches his boots, begins to climb. Eldrax laughs. Already you are ours. Can you feel her? The mother's love. Stop fighting. Accept. Sleep. Batman feels the presence. Something vast and alien pressing against his mind. It offers comfort, safety, an end to struggle. The voice is warm, loving. It promises he will never be alone again. For a moment he almost accepts. Then he remembers. He remembers Gotham, the city that shaped him, the crime that took his parents, the choice he made that night to never stop fighting, to never surrender, to stand against the darkness no matter the cost. His will hardens, the dimensional energy flares brighter, his blood becomes poison to the connection. The Formless Mother's presence recoils, the voices in his head scream, the blood touching him evaporates into red steam. Eldrax stumbles backward. Impossible, what are you? I am vengeance, I am the night, I am Batman. The dimensional energy continues to burn. Batman channels it outward. A pulse of foreign power radiates from his body. The blood tide retreats. The blood servants collapse as the connection wavers. Eldrax screams. Both voices scream in harmony. You reject the mother, you reject belonging, then you reject life itself. The blood servants rise. They charge as one, 50 corrupted soldiers attacking with no regard for their own safety. Batman moves. He cannot fight them all, but he does not need to fight. He needs to reach Eldrax. He runs toward the sanguine noble. Blood servants intercept. Batman dodges. He slides. He vaults over their attacks. The dimensional energy makes him faster, burns away his fatigue. He feels no pain, only purpose. He reaches Eldrax in seconds. The noble tries to summon more blood. Batman throws a pellet of Celestine's glintstone dust mixed with explosive gel. The mixture ignites with cold blue fire. It burns the blood before it forms. Batman's fist connects with Eldrax's mask. The mask cracks. Eldrax falls backward. You are nothing, Eldrax shouts. A gnat, an insect. You cannot stop the Formless Mother. I do not need to stop her. I just need to stop you. Batman presses the attack. He strikes joints in the armor. He uses the noble's momentum against him. The blood servants close in. Batman throws smoke pellets. In the confusion, he wraps a steel cord around Eldrax's throat. Eldrax gurgles, blood flows from his mask. He tries to corrupt the cord. The steel hisses and warps, but it holds long enough. Batman pulls hard. Eldrax's breathing stops. The noble claws at the cord. His blood servants freeze. The connection wavers. Submit, Batman growls. Call off your servants. Leave this region, or I end you here. Eldrax's voices whisper. You cannot kill. You said. I said I do not kill. I did not say I could not. Push me further and find out which rule matters more. It is a bluff. Batman knows he will not cross that line, but Eldrax does not know. The noble stops struggling. His hand raises. The blood servants step back. They collapse to the ground. Released. Batman releases the cord. Eldrax gasps for air. Blood pours from his mask. Go, Batman says. Tell Mog his territory ends here. Tell him mercy has teeth. Eldrax stands slowly. This is not over. You have made an enemy of a god. Get in line. The sanguine noble limps away. His servants do not follow. They lie on the ground, freed from the curse. Some are crying, some stare at the sky. All are broken. Batman deactivates the device. The dimensional energy fades. The pain hits immediately. His body feels like burning glass. His blood screams. He collapses. Soldiers rush down the hill. Petter reaches him first. Stay with us. Stay awake. Batman's vision blurs. Did we win? You won, Petter says. You beat the unbeatable. You are a hero. No, Batman whispers, just stubborn. Darkness takes him again. Act 4. The long road to Lendel. Batman wakes in a moving wagon. Canvas covers the top. His body aches in new ways. The dimensional energy burned through him like acid. Every heartbeat hurts. Petter sits beside him. 3 days since Eldrax. You slept through all of it. We travel to Lendel now. The capital. The Two Fingers demand your presence. Batman sits up slowly. Demand? Commander Argus received orders. You must stand before the Elden Throne. The Greater Will wishes to measure you. Petter offers water. We are halfway there. 4 more days of travel. What happened to the blood servants, the ones Eldrax controlled? 52 freed souls. Most are recovering. 3 died from the trauma. The rest are grateful. They speak your name like a prayer. Petter pauses. You saved them. Truly saved them. Not just their bodies, their souls. Batman drinks the water. It tastes like copper. Where is Argus? Riding ahead with the command group. We march with 500 soldiers. The Golden Order sent a full honor guard. You are being treated as a visiting dignitary. I am a prisoner being delivered. Petter does not argue. The wagon rolls through changing landscapes. They pass ruined castles larger than mountains. They cross bridges that span chasms so deep Batman cannot see the bottom. The Erd tree grows larger each day. Its golden light fills half the sky. On the 2nd day of travel, Thalia visits Batman's wagon. She sits stiffly. You continue to survive impossible battles. It is frustrating. Sorry to disappoint you. I did not say I was disappointed. She looks away. I said it was frustrating. I have trained my entire life. I follow every rule. I master every technique. And yet you, an outsider with strange methods, achieve what I cannot. You fight with honor. That matters more than winning. Does it? Honor does not save lives. Victory does. Thalia's hand grips her sword hilt. But you have both. You win and keep your principles. How in murder? I adapt. I find the third option when everyone says there are only 2. There is not always a third option. Then I make one. Thalia shakes her head. The Two Fingers will not allow such flexibility. They serve the Greater Will. The Greater Will demands order. You will be asked to bend, to follow, to obey. What will you do when they command you to kill? I will refuse. Then they will declare you an enemy. All we have done together will end. The Golden Order will hunt you. I will hunt you. Batman looks at her. Would you? Thalia meets his gaze. For a long moment she is silent, then, I do not know. That troubles me more than your victories. She leaves. Batman watches the landscape pass. He thinks about the coming judgment, about the choice he will face. He did not come to this world to serve its gods. He came to save Gotham, but the situation has grown complex. The Frenzied Flame threatens both worlds. To stop it, he may need the Golden Order's support. But at what cost? On the 4th day, The convoy stops at a way station, a fortified rest stop built into a cliff face. Soldiers set up camp. Batman is allowed to walk the perimeter under guard. Miriam finds him watching the sunset. The Erd tree glows against the darkening sky. You feel it, yes, the weight of divine attention. The greater will watches you now. It sees your victories, your strange mercy. It calculates whether you are useful or dangerous. I am not a tool to be used. Everyone is a tool. The only question is who wields you. Will you wield yourself or will you be wielded? She turns her blind eyes toward him. The two fingers will offer you power, position, purpose. They will show you how much good you could do within the system, and they will be right. You could save thousands by serving. But you would lose yourself, piece by piece, choice by choice, until the man who refused to kill becomes the man who kills because he is ordered to. It happens slowly, the line blurs, and one day you look in the mirror and do not recognize what looks back. You speak from experience. Miriam is quiet. Then, I served the two fingers for 40 years. I read the signs. I delivered their judgments. I told myself I served a higher purpose, and I did. But I also became their instrument. My thoughts became their thoughts. My will became their will. I do not regret my service, but I understand its cost. Why tell me this? Because you are different. You still own yourself completely, and I wonder if that can survive contact with the divine. I wonder if your strange third option exists this time, or if the choice is truly binary, serve or die. She walks away. Batman stands alone in the gathering dark. The Erd tree's light pulses. It looks almost alive, almost aware. The next morning they reach the outskirts of Lendl. The capital is vast. Walls rise higher than skyscrapers. Towers pierce the clouds. Everything is gold and white. The Erd tree's roots dig into the city itself. Its trunk is so massive Batman cannot see where it ends. Soldiers line the streets as the convoy enters. Thousands watch in silence. Batman sees awe on their faces, fear, curiosity. Word of his deeds has spread. The Dark One who defeated Morg's champions. The outsider who refuses to kill. The anomaly. They pass through 3 sets of gates. Each is larger than the last. The architecture is beautiful and oppressive. Everything is designed to make visitors feel small, to remind them of the power that rules here. The convoy stops before a massive structure built into the Erd tree's roots. A fortress temple. Golden statues flank the entrance. Each is 50 meters tall. They depict warriors in perfect armor, kneeling before an empty throne. Argus dismounts. He approaches Batman's wagon. We have arrived. From here you walk alone. The two fingers will see you at sunset. You have 4 hours to prepare. What should I expect? Truth. The two fingers do not deceive. They will show you reality without comfort. What you do with that truth determines everything. Soldiers escort Batman into the fortress. They give him a chamber with a bath and clean clothes. Simple white robes, no armor, no weapons. He is to appear before the divine unarmed and unprotected. Batman bathes. The hot water soothes his battered muscles. He examines his body. New scars cover his skin. The bleed curse wounds healed poorly. The dimensional burn left marks like frostbite. He has been in the lands between less than 3 weeks. It feels like years. He dresses in the white robes. They feel wrong, exposed. But he understands the symbolism. He is to stand as himself before judgment. No masks, no tools, just the man. A priest arrives at sunset, an old woman with kind eyes. It is time. Follow me. Speak only when spoken to. Show respect but not fear. The two fingers see all. Deception is pointless. She leads him through corridors carved from living wood. The Erd tree's interior, everything pulses with faint light. The air tastes like honey and incense. They reach a circular chamber. The ceiling opens to the sky. The Erd tree's trunk forms one wall. In the center of the chamber, 2 massive fingers rise from the floor. Each is 3 meters tall. They are made of something between stone and flesh. They do not move, but Batman feels intelligence radiating from them. Around the chamber, masked figures stand in alcoves, finger readers. Their voices will translate the two fingers' will. Batman steps into the center. The priest bows and retreats. The chamber doors close. He is alone with the divine. The two fingers pulse with light. Every finger reader speaks at once. Their voices blend into one. The outsider, the anomaly, the one who does not belong. You stand before the greater will's servants, you will be judged. Batman says nothing. He waits. You carry no grace, no divine mandate, no blessing from any god, yet you fight with power beyond common men. Explain. I trained, I learned, I prepared, I used technology and skill. You defeated warriors blessed by outer gods. You resisted corruption that breaks demigods. You enforce mercy in a land of blood. These are not the achievements of mere skill. What fuels you? Batman considers. Will, choice, refusal to accept that violence is the only answer. The voices pause. The two fingers pulse brighter. Arrogance. You claim your will exceeds divine power. You claim mortal choice trumps cosmic law, yet you have succeeded. This troubles the order. You are chaos that creates stability, mercy that achieves victory, and impossibility that exists. We must understand why. The chamber changes, reality shifts. Batman sees images in the air around him, his parents dying in the alley, his training around the world, his first night as Batman, his victories, his failures, every choice that made him what he is. We see, the voices say, trauma forged into purpose, pain refined into weapon. You are broken glass shaped into a blade. You should have become a monster. Instead you became a guardian. Fascinating, inefficient, but effective. The images fade, the two fingers pulse rapidly now. We have measured you. 3 paths open before you. Listen well, choose carefully. This choice shapes worlds. The chamber floor changes. 3 paths appear as lines of light. And our one return. We open the way to your world. You go home. You face the frenzied flame cultists with the knowledge gained here. You seal the breach. Your city is saved. But the dimensional crossing will damage you. Memories will fade. Within 1 year, you will forget most of your time here. Within 5 years, you will forget it all. The lands between will become a dream, and the infection may return without warning. Batman processes this. Save Gotham, but lose everything learned here. Lose the connections made. Lose the proof that another way is possible. Path 2, free agent. You remain in the lands between. We grant you provisional status. You are neither ally nor enemy. You may act as your conscience dictates. You may fight any faction. You may show mercy as you wish, but you receive no support, no supplies, no sanctuary. Every hand may turn against you. The Golden Order will not protect you. The demigods will hunt you. You will be alone in a hostile world. Your death becomes a matter of time. Freedom with a death sentence. Batman has worked alone before, but never in a world so completely foreign, without resources, without understanding the rules fully. Path 3, sanctioned servant. You swear oath to the greater will. You become an official agent of the Golden Order. You receive authority, resources, protection. You may continue to show mercy within boundaries we set. You will save thousands, but you will obey. When we command you to kill, you will kill. When we command you to abandon innocents, you will abandon them. Your conscience becomes secondary to our mandate. You gain power to help many by surrendering your absolute principles. The 3 paths hang in the air. Each glows with different light. Blue for return, gray for freedom, gold for service. The voices speak again. We show you one more thing, the consequences of each choice. The chamber fills with visions. Batman sees possible futures. Path 1. He returns to Gotham. He fights the cultists. He wins. Gotham is saved. But within months, the memories begin to blur. Alfred asks him about his strange knowledge of blood magic and dimensional rifts. Batman cannot remember where he learned it. Years pass. The frenzied flame returns through a new breach. Batman fights it but lacks critical knowledge. Gotham burns. He dies trying to hold back the yellow fire. At 2, he walks alone through the lands between. He helps where he can. He stops injustice. He shows mercy. But armies hunt him. Demigods send their champions. He wins battles but loses the war. Slowly he is worn down, wounded, exhausted. He makes a mistake. A blood-cursed blade finds him. He dies alone in a field somewhere. His body is never found. No one remembers his name. Path 3, he serves the Golden Order. He is given troops, resources. He stops the frenzied flame in both worlds. He saves thousands. But the missions grow darker. He is ordered to purge a village harboring heretics. He refuses. He is branded a traitor. Everything he built collapses. The Golden Order turns its full might against him. He fights, but he is one man against an empire. He dies on the steps of the Elden Throne, and his name becomes a warning, a cautionary tale about the cost of defiance. The visions end. The chamber returns to normal. Batman stands breathing hard. Each future is grim. Each path leads to pain and loss. But that is nothing new. His life has always been pain and loss. The question is which pain serves the greater good. And you have seen the mathematics of fate, the voices say. Now choose. We grant you 1 hour. At the end of that time you will speak your decision. There is no fourth path, no clever escape, only these 3. Decide what you value most and who you are willing to become. The finger readers fall silent. The 2 fingers stop pulsing. Batman is alone with his thoughts. He sits on the chamber floor. He closes his eyes. He thinks, Path 1 saves Gotham, but dooms future Gothams. It is selfish. It saves what he knows and abandons what he has learned. Path 2 preserves his principles completely but achieves nothing lasting. He becomes a martyr. Martyrs inspire stories, but stories do not stop cosmic horrors. Path 3 betrays everything he stands for but saves the most lives. It is the logical choice, the utilitarian answer. Kill 1 to save 1,000. Compromise 1 principle to enforce 9 others. Bruce Wayne, the man would choose Path 1. Go home, save his city, let other worlds handle their own problems. Batman, the symbol, would choose Path 2, stand alone, never compromise, show that one person with principles can defy empires. But Batman, the detective, sees a pattern the 2 fingers did not explicitly mention. Each vision shows him fighting alone, making decisions alone, bearing the weight alone. That is the trap, the false choice. What if he rejects the premise? What if there is a fourth path they did not show because they cannot imagine it? Batman opens his eyes. He looks at the 2 fingers. I need more information before I choose. The finger readers gasp. The 2 fingers pulse with light. The voices return. You were given all necessary information. Choose. You showed me 3 possible futures. But futures are not fixed. They are probability clouds. You showed the most likely outcomes, not the only outcomes. Show me the variables. Show me what changes each future. Silence. Then explain your meaning. Path 1 fails because the infection returns. What if I take knowledge back? Write it down before the memories fade. Leave instructions for future defense. Your future self will not trust records of events he cannot remember. He will dismiss them as fantasy or enemy deception. Then I find another way. I leave physical proof, artifacts from this world, things that cannot be dismissed. Possible, low probability, but possible. That too fails because I am alone. What if I am not alone? What if I build alliances, find others who oppose the tyranny of gods and demigods, create a network? You have no grace, no divine mandate. Few will follow an outsider with no backing. Some will. Ansbach had honor once, so did you, Miriam. So do many soldiers who served cruel masters only because they saw no alternative. I show them an alternative. I prove mercy works. Some will follow. Extremely low probability, but not 0. Path 3 fails because I eventually refuse an order and the Golden Order destroys me. What if I negotiate the terms of service? What if my oath includes specific boundaries? Specific refusals built into the contract? The greater will does not negotiate, it commands. Everything negotiates, even gods, because even gods need tools, and tools that break are useless. If I am valuable enough, you will accept limitations to keep me functional. The 2 fingers pulse rapidly, the chamber shakes, the voices blend into a roar. You seek to find the space between binaries, to create the third option we deliberately excluded. No, this is not how judgment works. You are offered choice, not negotiation. Then I choose none. I reject all 3 paths. I make my own. Impossible. The paths shown are all possible futures. To reject them is to reject reality itself. Reality is more flexible than you admit. I have seen it. I have proven it. Every battle you said was impossible. I won. Every enemy you said was unbeatable. I beat. Not through power, through adaptation, through finding the angle no one expects. I will do it again. The chamber explodes with golden light. The 2 fingers rise higher. They loom over Batman like towers. The voices are thunder. You dare refuse the greater will's mandate? You dare claim your way exceeds cosmic law? I do not claim my way exceeds yours. I claim my way is different. And difference is not defiance, it is adaptation, evolution. You seek order. I seek justice. Sometimes they align. When they do, we work together. When they do not, we work separately. But I will not bow. I will not break. And I will not become the thing I fight against. Silence falls, the light fades, the two fingers lower slowly, they pulse with new rhythm, slower, thoughtful. The voices return, quieter now. No one has spoken thus in 1,000 years, not since the shattering, not since the demigods tore the world apart in their arrogance. You echo their defiance, but your goal is not power, it is preservation, not conquest, protection. This is unexpected. What will you do? Batman asks. Kill me, hunt me, or let me prove my way works? We will, watch. This is the decision of the two fingers. You are granted temporary autonomy, not as servant, not as agent, as experiment. You may act according to your conscience for one lunar cycle, 28 days. In that time you will face true tests, not arranged by us, simply allowed. The world will push against you. You will face choices where mercy costs lives, where your principles create suffering, where the mathematics of survival demand you kill or let others die in your place. If you succeed, if you maintain your way and still achieve meaningful good, we will grant extended autonomy, perhaps even alliance. If you fail, if your mercy causes disaster, you will be judged enemy of the Golden Order and hunted accordingly. And Gotham, the Frenzied Flame infection? We will seal the breach temporarily. This buys you 3 months. Use that time to find a permanent solution, or accept that your world may burn while you prove yourself here. The choice, as always, is yours. Batman bows his head. I accept your terms. Then go. Your 28 days begin at dawn. We suggest you rest. Tomorrow brings a trial you cannot imagine. A force moves against the Golden Order, a force even we cannot directly oppose. You will face it, and your mercy will be tested in ways that break most souls. The chamber doors open. The priest waits outside. Batman follows her out. He does not look back at the two fingers. He made his choice. Now he must live with it, or die with it. Act 5, The Chosen Path and the New Dawn. Batman wakes at dawn in a chamber high in the fortress. His body still aches, but his mind is clear. 28 days to prove mercy works in a world of blood and gods. 3 months to find a permanent solution to save Gotham. Now, the mathematics are grim, but mathematics never stopped him before. A knock at the door. Petya enters with food and water. The commander requests your presence. Something has happened in the night. Something bad? Batman dresses quickly. He follows Petya to the war room. Argus stands over maps with Thalia, Miriam, and 3 other commanders. Their faces are drawn with worry. Dark One, Argus says. The trial the Two Fingers mentioned has begun. A force marches from the north, not Mog's people, not the Frenzied Flame. Something worse. Dragon Communion cultists, led by a man named Varos the Scale-Blessed. He has consumed the hearts of 12 dragons. Their power flows through him. He brings 2,000 soldiers and 3 living dragons under his control. They march toward a valley settlement. 400 innocent people live there. Farmers, families, children. Batman studies the map. When do they arrive? 2 days, maybe less if the dragons fly ahead. What are our options? Talia speaks. We have 800 soldiers here. We could march to defend the valley, but the dragons give them overwhelming advantage. We would lose, the valley would still fall, and we would lose our entire force. What is the alternative? Argus answers quietly. Evacuate the valley. Pull back to defend Lendell. Save our army for a fight we can win. Let the valley fall. 400 people, Batman says, against the survival of the capital and everyone in it. The mathematics are clear. We save who we can. Batman looks at Miriam. What do the Two Fingers say? Nothing. They watch. This is your test, Dark One. Your mercy against their mathematics. What will you choose? Batman thinks. Dragon Communion cultists are fanatics who eat dragon hearts to gain power. They are beyond reason, and 3 living dragons means overwhelming force. A direct battle would be suicide. Oh, but there is always another way. He proved that before. He will prove it again. I go to the valley, Batman says, alone. I find a way to stop them or delay them until you can evacuate the civilians. Impossible, Thalia says flatly. You cannot fight 3 dragons and 2,000 soldiers. I do not plan to fight them all. I plan to remove the dragons from the equation. Without dragon support, their numbers matter less, and without their leader, they lose coordination. Argus frowns. How do you remove 3 dragons? Dragons are intelligent. They are not mindless beasts. If Varos controls them through dragon communion magic, I break that control. I give them a choice, freedom or slavery. Most creatures choose freedom. Miriam laughs bitterly. You will talk to dragons? Negotiate with forces of nature? Your arrogance knows no bounds. It is not arrogance, it is understanding. Everything that thinks can choose. Everything that chooses can be reasoned with. Even dragons. And if you are wrong, Argus asks, then I buy you time with my life. Either way, start evacuating the valley now. Use every wagon, every horse. Get those people out. Argus looks at his officers. They nod slowly. Very well, we begin evacuation immediately. But, Dark One, understand this. If you die fighting dragons, we cannot help you. You will be alone. I know. Batman prepares for the next 2 hours. He takes supplies from the fortress stores, rope, metal stakes, chemicals for smoke and fire. His suit is repaired as much as possible. His cape is replaced with tougher leather. He creates new batarangs from fortress metal. Celestine visits before he leaves. You are mad, but your madness has worked before. Take this. She hands him a small crystal. Glintstone shard. If you channel energy through it, it will amplify magical effects. Perhaps it will help against dragon fire. Thank you. Do not die stupidly, Dark One. I wish to study your methods further. Batman mounts a horse. Soldiers gather to watch him leave. Some salute, some pray. He sees respect on their faces and fear. They think he rides to his death. Perhaps he does. The ride north takes 6 hours. Batman pushes the horse hard but not cruelly. He reaches the valley by afternoon. The settlement is chaos. Families pack wagons. Children cry. Soldiers from a small garrison help with evacuation. The garrison captain approaches Batman. Are you the Dark One, the one from Lanedell? I am. Thank the Erdtree. We need all the help we can get. The cultists arrive tomorrow morning. We cannot evacuate everyone in time. At least 100 will still be here when they come. Then I make sure they have more time. Batman rides north from the valley. He needs to intercept the cultist army before they reach the settlement. He needs high ground, a position where he can see them coming and prepare. He finds a narrow pass between 2 cliffs. The army must go through here to reach the valley. It is perfect. Batman spends the night preparing the pass. He sets traps, wire lines across the path, explosive charges buried in cliff walls, smoke pellet clusters hanging from ropes. He turns the pass into a gauntlet. But traps will not stop dragons. For that, he needs a different plan. Dawn comes red. Batman stands at the pass entrance. He hears them before he sees them. Drums, marching feet, and above it all, the sound of wings. 3 dragons fly overhead. They are smaller than he expected, perhaps 5 meters long each. Not the massive beasts of legend, but still deadly. Their scales gleam red and black. Fire drips from their mouths. Behind them the army marches, 2,000 soldiers in dark red armor. They carry banners marked with dragon skulls, and at their center rides Varos the Scale-Blessed. Varos is huge, 3 meters tall. His armor is made from dragon scales. His skin has a reptilian texture. His eyes glow like coals. When he speaks, smoke comes from his mouth. The pass is blocked, he calls. 1 man stands against us. How amusing. Move aside, little one, or be crushed. I have a message for the dragons, Batman shouts. His voice echoes through the pass. You are slaves. You wear invisible chains. The hearts Varos consumed connect him to you, force you to obey, but chains can break, and you deserve freedom. The dragons circle overhead. One of them roars. It sounds almost like laughter. Varos stands in his saddle. You speak nonsense. The dragons serve willingly. We share power. We are bonded. Bonded implies choice. Show me their choice. Release the communion magic for 1 minute. Let them decide freely. If they choose to serve you still, I will stand aside. I do not need to prove anything to a corpse. Varos raises his hand. The dragons dive toward Batman. Fire gathers in their throats. Batman runs, not away, toward the dragons. He throws the glintstone shard Celestine gave him. It hits the lead dragon's chest. The crystal shatters. Magic pulses outward. The pulse is weak, but for just a moment it disrupts the communion magic. The dragons feel it. The connection wavers. Up. The lead dragon pulls up from its dive. It does not attack. It circles, confused. Batman shouts again. You felt it, the moment of freedom. You can have that forever. Break his control. Choose for yourselves. Varos roars. Ignore him. Burn him. I command you. The communion magic reasserts. The dragons dive again. But Batman sees hesitation, doubt. They are not mindless weapons. They think, they feel, they hate their chains. He just needs to break those chains completely. Fire washes over the pass. Batman dives behind a boulder. The flames scorch his suit. Heat bakes his skin, but he survives. Varos laughs. You die now, little man. Dragons, finish him. Batman activates his traps. Explosives in the cliff walls detonate. Rock falls across the pass. The army stops. Soldiers scatter as boulders crash down. In the chaos, Batman runs toward Varos. He fires his grapnel. It catches on Varos's armor. Batman swings up. He lands on the leader's horse. Varos swings a massive fist. Batman dodges. He pulls a specialized knife from his belt, a blade designed to cut magical connections. He stole it from the fortress armory. Batman drives the knife into Varos's chest, not deep, just enough to cut skin, to draw blood, dragon blood mixed with human blood. The communion magic flows through that blood. Batman channels electricity through the knife. The current disrupts the magic, just for a moment. But a moment is enough. The dragons feel the communion break. All three stop mid-flight. They hover. They look at each other. They look at Varos. They look at Batman. Then they look at the army below them. An army that has used them, enslaved them, forced them to burn and kill for human ambition. The lead dragon speaks. Its voice is deep and ancient. We are bound no more. The dragons turn on the army. Fire rains down, not on Batman, not on the valley, on the cultists who enslaved them. Soldiers scream, they scatter. The army breaks apart in terror. Varos grabs Batman. His strength is immense. He lifts Batman by the throat. You broke my bond? Batman drives his fist into Varos's throat. Once, twice, 3 times. The grip weakens. Batman breaks free. Varos staggers. Without the dragon power, he is just a man in heavy armor, strong but not superhuman. Batman strikes pressure points, nerve clusters. He cripples one leg, breaks one arm. Varos falls. The army is in full retreat. The dragons chase them north, not killing all, just driving them away, making sure they never return. Batman stands over Varos. Slavery ends today. Your power is broken. Your army is scattered. Surrender or face justice. Varos laughs through blood. You think this matters? The dragon communion spans the world. Others will come. Others will... He stops. The lead dragon lands beside them. It lowers its massive head to look at Varos. We will remember you, Scale-Blessed. We will remember what you did to our kin. If you ever seek dragon power again, we will find you, and we will show you fire that never stops burning. Varos goes pale. He nods weakly. Batman binds the cultist leader. The dragon speaks to him. You are strange, human. You give freedom instead of taking it. This is rare. What do you want in return? Nothing. Freedom should not have a price. The dragon tilts its head. Then we owe you a debt. If you ever need dragon aid, call us. We will remember. The 3 dragons take flight. They disappear into the northern sky. Free. Batman drags Varos back towards the valley. The evacuation is nearly complete. Only a few dozen people remain. They stare at Batman in shock. They saw the battle from a distance. They saw the dragons turn on their masters. But then... The garrison captain approaches. You did it. You stopped an army and 3 dragons. Alone. How? I found another way, Batman says simply. Word of the victory reaches Lendel within hours. Argus leads a force north to secure the area. They arrive at sunset. Argus looks at the empty pass. The scattered cultist weapons, the burn marks where dragons turned on their masters. You freed the dragons, Argus says. You turned enemies into allies. You saved the valley without killing Varos. You achieved the impossible again. It was not impossible. It just required seeing past the obvious solution. Talia stares at Batman. You continue to defy logic. I do not understand you, but I cannot deny your results. Miriam approaches. Her blind eyes see something others do not. The two fingers watch. They calculate. Your test continues. But you have passed the first part. Mercy worked. Lives were saved. The mathematics bent to your will for now. They return to Lendl in triumph. The city celebrates. The Dark One defeated a dragon army without bloodshed. The news spreads across the lands between. Batman does not celebrate. He thinks about the test, about the 28 days. He has proven mercy works once, but once is not enough. He must prove it again and again, until even gods cannot deny it. 3 days pass. Batman rests. He repairs his equipment. He studies maps and reports. He plans his next moves. On the 4th day, Argus summons him. The two fingers request your presence. They have reached a decision. Batman returns to the chamber with the massive fingers. The finger readers stand in their alcoves. The two fingers pulse with golden light. The voices speak. Dark One, you have proven your first point. Mercy can achieve victory, but one victory does not change cosmic law. The test continues. However, we offer something new, a partnership, not servitude, not alliance, something between. We will support your methods, provide resources, grant authority. In return, you will aid the Golden Order in specific conflicts. When your methods work, you act freely. When they fail, you accept guidance. When threats arise that require death, we send others. We do not force you to kill. We simply work around your limitation. Can you accept this arrangement? Batman considers. It is not perfect, but it preserves his principles while allowing him to help many. It is a real third option, one he created by refusing to accept the original binary choice. I accept with one condition. I choose which conflicts to engage. You can request my aid, but I decide if the cause is just. I will not become a weapon pointed at innocents. Silence, then. Agreed. Your judgment has been sound thus far. We grant you this autonomy. But know this, Dark One. If your judgment fails catastrophically, this agreement ends. If your mercy causes mass death, you become an enemy. The burden of proof lies on you. I accept that burden. Then we are agreed. You are now a sanctioned seeker of the Golden Order, not servant, not master, partner. Your emblem will be black and gold, darkness serving light. It is unprecedented. But so are you. The chamber fills with light. Batman feels something change, not in his body, in his connection to the world. He is recognized now. The lands between acknowledges him. He is no longer a complete outsider. He is something new, something that does not fit the old categories. The voices continue. Now we address Gotham, the Frenzied Flame cultists. We have studied your world through the breach. We can seal it permanently, but doing so requires a sacrifice, not of life, of connection. If we seal it completely, you cannot return home for at least 1 year. The dimensional pathways need time to stabilize. Can you accept this? Batman's heart clenches. 1 year away from Gotham, from Alfred, from his mission. But if the alternative is letting the Frenzied Flame consume his world, seal it, save Gotham. I will find a way home when the time is right. It is done. The breach closes now. The cultists will find their power cut off. Your city is safe. We grant you this gift for your service, for showing us that mercy has a place even in war, for proving that the third option can exist. Batman bows his head. Relief floods through him. Gotham is safe. The mission that brought him here is complete, but he cannot go home yet. He has work to do in the lands between. He has proven mercy works. Now he must prove it can last. The chamber doors open. Batman walks out. Argus waits with Thalia, Miriam, and Peter. You have new status, Argus says. Sanctioned seeker. It means you are untouchable by most factions, but it also means higher expectations, greater challenges. Are you ready, Enan? I'm always ready, Batman says. Over the next weeks, Batman works across the lands between. He stops conflicts before they escalate. He negotiates between factions. He shows soldiers and commanders that mercy can be a tactic, not just a principle. He builds a network of allies who believe in his methods. He faces resistance. Many laugh at his ideas. Many try to exploit his refusal to kill. But slowly, through victory after victory, minds begin to change. He works with Argus to reform parts of the Golden Order. They create new protocols. Prisoners are treated humanely, trials before executions, mercy for those who surrender. It is not perfect, but it is better than before. He trains soldiers in non-lethal techniques. Not everyone accepts the training, but those who do find they survive longer, win battles with fewer casualties, save lives they would have lost. Thalia becomes an unexpected ally. She challenges him constantly, questions every decision, but she also learns from him. Her rigid honor code softens. She begins to see gray where she once saw only black and white. Peter spreads word of Batman's methods among the healers. They begin to see their role differently, not just repairing bodies after battle, but preventing battles through diplomacy and care. Even Miriam admits progress. You have changed this region, Dark One, not through force, through example. It is slow, it is frustrating, but it is real. The Two Fingers calculate constantly. They watch your every move, and they cannot deny the mathematics. Your way saves more lives than the old way. Slowly, they begin to believe. Months pass, Batman's legend grows, the Dark Seeker, the Knight of Mercy, the man who refuses to kill but never loses. Stories spread across the lands between. Some are true, many are exaggerated, but all carry the same message. There is another way. 1 year after his arrival, Batman stands on a balcony in Lendl. The Erd tree glows above him, the city spreads below, peaceful for the moment. War still rages in distant regions, demigods still scheme, outer gods still hunger, but here now there is quiet. Argus joins him. The commander looks older, grey hair now white, but his eyes are clearer, less burdened. The Two Fingers sent word. The dimensional pathways have stabilized. You can return home if you wish. Your year of proof is complete. You have exceeded every expectation. Batman is quiet for a moment. He thinks of Gotham, of Alfred waiting for him, of the mission that never truly ends. He can go home now, return to his city, resume his war on crime. The Frenzied Flame is sealed. Gotham is safe. His work here is done. But is it? What happens here if I leave? Batman asks. We continue your work. Your methods have spread. Others follow your example. Change is slow, but it is real. You gave us proof that mercy works. That will not disappear when you do. But, Batman hears the unspoken word. But you are the symbol, the one who proved it first. Without you, doubt may creep back in. The old ways may return. Your presence reminds us daily that another path exists. No. Batman looks at the city. He thinks about the choice. Go home to Gotham, or stay in the lands between. He cannot be in both places. He must choose. Then he realizes the truth. He already chose. The moment he refused the Two Fingers' binary options. The moment he created the third path. He chose to be wherever mercy was needed most. Right now, that is here. Gotham is safe. Alfred is safe. The city has other protectors. Heroes he trained, police he inspired, systems he built. Gotham will survive without him for a time. But the lands between is fragile. The new methods are young. The alliance between mercy and order is untested. If he leaves now, it might collapse. Everything he built might fall. Sometimes the mission changes. Sometimes duty means staying instead of returning. Sometimes the hero is needed somewhere unexpected. Hey, I will stay, Batman says, for now, until the new ways are strong enough to survive without me, until mercy becomes habit instead of exception. Then I will return home, but not yet. Argus nods slowly. I thought you might say that. The Two Fingers will be pleased. They have grown fond of you, in their way. Will the pathway remain open? Yes, when you are ready you can return. 1 month, 1 year, 10 years. The choice is yours. Batman looks at the Erd tree. Its light seems warmer than before, or perhaps he is simply seeing it differently. He came here to save Gotham. He succeeded, but he found something else, a world that needed saving too, a world that could be changed, a world where mercy could win. Footsteps behind them, Talia, Miriam, and Peter approach. Talia speaks first. We heard you are staying. Good. I still have much to learn from you, and you have much to learn from us. Miriam smiles. The Dark One who chose the lands between over his home. The Two Fingers did not predict this. They are, for the first time in centuries, surprised. I find it delightful. Peter simply says, thank you for everything, for showing us there is another way. Batman looks at them, his allies, his friends. He did not expect to find connection here, but he did, and connection matters. It is what separates justice from vengeance, community from chaos, hope from despair. "We have work to do," Batman says. "The Frenzied Flame is sealed, but other threats remain. Morgue still plots, the outer gods still hunger, war still rages, and mercy still needs proving. Every day, every choice, until it becomes so obvious that even gods cannot deny it." "Then we work," Argus says, "together." They stand on the balcony as the sun sets. The Erd tree glows brighter in the growing dark. Its light touches everything, but alongside that golden light, another symbol appears, painted on walls, carved on shields, whispered in prayers, a black bat inside a golden circle, darkness serving light, mercy enforcing justice, the impossible made possible. In distant Gotham, Alfred walks through the Batcave. He touches the empty chair. He looks at the monitors, showing a city at peace. He whispers a prayer to no god in particular. "Come home safe, Master Bruce. Whenever you are ready, your city waits." And in the lands between, Batman begins his patrol, not through Gotham's streets, through golden fields and ancient ruins, not hunting criminals, hunting injustice, hunting cruelty, hunting the easy choice that costs lives. He is still the Dark Knight, still the protector, still the one who refuses to break. The setting changed, the mission evolved, but the core remains the same. Justice, mercy, hope, the belief that one person can make a difference, that the right choice is worth any cost, that darkness can serve light without becoming it. He disappears into the twilight. His cape blends with shadows, but his symbol remains, painted on walls, carried in hearts, whispered by those who hope. The dark seeker walks the lands between, and mercy walks with him. The story is not over, it is just beginning.